Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Book Notification Podcast, your go to source for this week's new book releases. Today, we're looking at the week from October 6th to the 12th. There are over 500 new books this week, including new releases from Patricia Cornwell and Mitch Albom. Unfortunately, there is no way we can cover them all. Visit booknotification.com to explore the full list of this week's new books. You can also follow your favorite authors so you'll be the first to know when their next book or adaptation is available. As always, we have 10 books to highlight with a little something for everybody. Let's get into it. From #1 New York Times bestselling author Jack Carr comes Cry Havoc, a brand new thriller series starring Tom Reese. 1968, a time of division, a time of civil unrest, a time of war. Just before the Tet Offensive, before President Johnson announces he will not run for re-election, before the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Bobby Kennedy, as riots and protests rage across the nation, a spy ship is captured by communist forces off the coast of North Korea. The crew thought they had destroyed everything of intelligence value. They were wrong. As a KGB illegal elicits information from a high-ranking NSA official, and teams of special operators infiltrating into Laos, Cambodia, and North Vietnam disappear without a trace, an ambitious Soviet advisor launches an ingenious plan that could forever alter the world balance of power. Tom Reese, a SEAL operator attached to the highly classified and shadowy MACV-SOG, is about to be thrust into a bloody battle to discover the truth. From the Kremlin to the White House, from the streets of Saigon to the rugged Ashau Valley, along the pass of Ho Chi Minh Trail and into the secret war in Laos, Navy SEAL Tom Reese has an official mission assigned by Military Assistance Command, Vietnam Studies, and Observations Group. But it's his unofficial mission that might get him killed. Cry Havoc will release on October 7th. The Monday Night Heartbreak Club is the latest novel from Jane Lovering. Is your love life a bit of a disaster? You're not alone. When Fee finds herself drunk, dumped, and directionless on Valentine's Day, she stumbles across a flyer for a new club for people united by heartbreak. Intrigued, she joins a motley group of strangers at a quiet Yorkshire wine bar the following Monday night. There's Margot, in the middle of a bitter divorce. Annie, whose husband of 40 years she suspects is having an affair. Wren, quietly nursing her own romantic regrets. And Fraser, who may have mistaken the group for a dating opportunity. But what begins as a weekly wallow soon becomes something more, especially when the club starts an undercover operation to discover the truth about Annie's husband and his infidelity. For Fee, who's only just holding on to any self-worth she had left, the Monday Night Heartbreak Club offers something she never expected. Purpose, friendship, and maybe even a fresh start. And then there's Flynn, the sarcastic bartender, who might just see the real Fee beneath the chaos. Feel good and empowering, Jane Lovering's brand new novel is about heartbreak, healing, and the surprising ways people find each other when life falls apart. The Monday Night Heartbreak Club will release on October 12th. Hell to Pay is the first in the Iris Rains mystery series by Denise Diana Huddle. Two bodies lie in the ashes, and Iris Rains is about to expose secrets worth killing for. This gritty Texas private investigator mystery is fast-paced and relentless, blending danger, corruption, dark humor, and shocking turns into an explosive ride. Iris Rains makes a living unearthing the secrets others will do anything to hide. She's sharp-tongued, armed with a biting wit, and not above bending the rules if it gets her closer to the truth. But this case drags her into a firestorm of corruption and murder no one else dares to touch. The lawyers are pit vipers, the politicians are crooked, and a faceless killer knows way too much about her. The cops don't believe her, the criminals want her gone, and the powerful players behind it all will do whatever it takes to silence her. As bodies pile up and the truth closes in, Iris finds herself at war with forces that will stop at nothing to bury their secrets forever. But Iris Reigns doesn't scare easy, and she's not about to back down now. Hell to Pay will release on October 6th. Hate You Maybe is the latest from Julie Christianson. When the stakes are win, lose, or fall, and love is not in their lesson plan. Selah Croft has only 2 goals this year. Score the big district grant to rebuild her high school's dilapidated theater. 2. Avoid Dexter Michaels, the flirty flirt athletic director who wants those same funds for the gym. Losing to her workplace enemy, again, is not on Selah's never-ending to-do list. Neither is being trapped with her maddening coworker at a professional retreat. Or noticing his relentlessly crooked smile is actually kind of hot. But just as she's beginning to believe Dex might not be the devil himself, the two are forced to switch job titles to prove their collaborative spirit. That's when Selah realizes her competition is fiercer than she imagined, which leaves her with an impossible choice. Fall for Dex and risk losing the grant, or stop at nothing to win and risk losing everything. Hate You Maybe will release on October 8th. From 2 Million selling author Bob Mortimer comes The Long Shoe. Bathroom salesman Matt is at a crossroads. He has lost his job. He is about to be made homeless, and his girlfriend has left him. He wants his luck to change, and he wants things to go back to how they were. Out of the blue, he is offered a job that comes with a free luxury apartment. He hopes this might be enough to tempt her back. But as events unfold, it starts to dawn on him that perhaps she didn't leave of her own accord, after all. The Long Shoe will release on October 9th. Crimson Devotion is the first book in the Sacred Seven series by Kat King. All Faith wanted to do was find the vampires who killed her parents and bring them to justice. Until she found out that the vampire responsible for the biggest tragedy of her life was someone untouchable. Ophelia de Chill, one of the Sacred Seven. One of the oldest vampires alive. A woman so powerful that a mere whisper of her name was enough for Faith's body to tremble. With eyes as red as blood and a ruthless personality, Faith never could have anticipated what a trip to Transylvania would bring. Secrets were bound to be revealed, and the hidden parts of the past weren't as they seemed. Now, Faith has the decision to make. Choose herself or choose the obsession. And whichever path she took, she was bound to lose a part of her soul. Crimson Devotion will release on October 10th. From Jenni Keer comes The Peculiar Incident at Thistlewick House, a brand new gripping historical mystery. Norfolk, England, 1895. When renowned spiritualist Edward Blackmore receives a desperate message from his cousin Barnabas, begging him to come to the coastal village of Thistlewick High, his first thought is to ignore the request. Despite his cousin's insistence that his wife is possessed by a malevolent spirit, Edward has no time for the man who stole his inheritance. Lured by the promise of money, along with a genuine concern for Barnabas's wife, who he'd once loved, he reluctantly travels to Thistlewick House, only to arrive too late. Emma is dead. Barnabas suspects there are supernatural forces at play, but Edward is convinced murder is afoot. As he begins to investigate, he finds himself drawn into the lives of those in this isolated and unnerving village, especially the beguiling woman who gathers up the human bones falling from the rapidly eroding cliffs. Then he discovers that a traveling circus completely disappeared in the area 40 years previously, and no one is willing to talk about it. Perhaps not everything at Thistlewick High is quite what it seems. The Peculiar Incident at Thistlewick House will be released on October 11th. From the best-selling author of When We Were Enemies comes Good Days, Bad Days by Emily Bleeker. Charlie McFadden was 15 years old when CPS removed her from her hoarded home. Her mother, Betty, chose her worthless collectibles. Her father chose Betty. Neither chose Charlie. 31 years later, a mother herself and co-host of a popular reality show with her husband, Charlie is proud of what she accomplished without her parents. Relative strangers she never saw again. Until the day Charlie's father pleads with her to come home and to say goodbye to her mother, now confined to a memory care center. Betty has her good days, recognizing her daughter with familiar resentment, and her bad ones, lost in the past as a blissful young mother with a cherished newborn. Those days make Charlie feel loved. For Charlie, each memory is a journey and a revelation. She sees a mother she never knew, bright and beautiful, with so much promise. But hidden away is also a fiercely guarded secret. Shared, it could finally bring hope and healing to a broken family, if Betty can bear to remember it. Good Days, Bad Days will release on October 7th. Whodunit at the Winery is the first book in the Deadly Destinations Cozy Mystery series by Carly Winter. When former Hollywood actress Sam Jones and her boyfriend Jordan visit a quaint Colorado winery, they expect wine tastings and mountain views, not murder. During their tour, wine barrels come crashing down, killing their enthusiastic guide, Penelope. But was she the intended target, or was someone after Sam? With a suspicious small-town sheriff questioning their every move, Sam and Jordan discover Penelope had plenty of enemies. There's her heartbroken ex-boyfriend, still reeling from their breakup, the volatile winery owners, and a coworker harboring secret feelings. When Sam and Jordan's hotel room is trash, the danger becomes personal. From ice cream shop confrontations to basement mysteries, Sam must use all her cunning to navigate small-town secrets and hidden motives. When it seems that everyone has something to hide, Sam and Jordan race to uncover the truth before the killer strikes again. Whodunit at the Winery will release on October 8th. Finally, from KJ Charles comes All of Us Murderers. When Zeb Wickham is summoned to a wealthy relative's remote Gothic manor, he is horrified to find all the people he least wants to see in the world. His estranged brother, his sneering cousin, and his bitter ex-lover, Gideon Gray. Things couldn't possibly get worse. Then the master of the house announces the true purpose of the gathering. He intends to leave the vast family fortune to whoever marries his young ward, setting off a violent scramble for her hand. Zeb wants no part of his greedy family, but when he tries to leave, the way is barred. The walls of Lackaday House are high, and the gates firmly locked. As the Dartmoor mists roll in, there's no way out, and something unnatural may be watching them from the house's shadowy depths. Fear and paranoia ramping ever higher, Zeb has nowhere to turn but to the man who once held his heart. As the gaslight flickers and terror takes hold, can two warring lovers reunite, uncover the murderous mysteries of Lackaday House, and live to tell the tale? All of Us Murderers will release on October 7th. That's our 10 books for this week. Until next time, you can check out booknotification.com. Book Notification offers an easy way to track your reading lists, follow your favorite authors, and never miss a new release. Our website is completely free to use, and it's packed with features to make your reading life easier. You can follow your favorite authors and get notified whenever they release new books. We send out an email every Tuesday with a list of fresh releases from the authors you love, but that's not all. You can track your reading progress, mark books as read, rate and review them, and even import your data from Goodreads, Calibre, Libby, and more. Want to discover something new? Check out Reader's Roulette for book recommendations, or use our personalized book release calendar to stay up to date with the latest titles. You can even tag books with custom labels, just like on Goodreads shelves, and get tailored recommendations for what to read next based on your current book. Whether you're looking for books in publication or want to see them listed in chronological order, we've got it covered. Plus, all of our authors are audited by real people, so you know the information is accurate. So why not give it a try and join the thousands of readers already using our site to stay on top of their reading game. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week with another 10 books.